Hey everybody, this is Devin Nash, CEO of CounterLogic Gaming, and I wanted to answer a question that I get all the time, which is, how do I build my gaming brand? How do I get out there and produce content, either on YouTube or social media, that is going to get me to become a gaming brand? I think there's three main things that you need to think about when you're trying to build a gaming brand, and these are some of the barriers that might stop you. Number one is mindset. So mindset is how you think about what you're doing. And the first problem with mindset is that most people don't have a lot of patience. They want something to happen overnight, or they want to post something and then have it explode, and they don't realize what the real long game is in this, where I'm also building a brand to try to do self-improvement and career building and peak performance coaching. And I know that even if I posted 5 YouTube videos a week, it would take 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 or 7 years to ever get to the point where I would be known or consistent. And it just takes an amazing amount of patience to be able to actually stick with it. And what a lot of people do is they post a few videos, and they might even post like 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 videos. And if you think if you made 50 videos, would you still be willing to keep going even if you thought it wasn't working, even if every video got 5 views, even if it wasn't getting the results that you thought you were getting? And most people they aren't willing to do that. They'll see the 50 videos and they'll be like, I suck, or it's just not working, I need to try something else, and they'll give up. But all success really comes out of that patience and that long game thinking. You have to really know that it's going to take years and years and years for you to become successful. And if it's not happening for you in gaming, it's not because you're bad. It's not because you are just not capable of doing it and it's never going to work for you. It's because you haven't deployed enough patience to learn what it takes to get to the point that you want to be. So that patience and that long game thinking is around mindset is really number one. Number two is consistency. So consistency means really keeping up something every day. And as of right now, I'm posting 1 to 2 posts on Instagram a day, 1 to 3 posts on Twitter a day, at least 3 YouTube videos a week, 1 post on Facebook every day. Let's see, 5 to 6 Snapchats every day, 5 to 6 Instagram stories every day. And I know that that's not even enough. And I've been doing that for weeks now, almost months, and I haven't seen a lot of traction. But I know that that consistency is something I need to be doing every day, and it's not the one masterpiece video that's going to let you take off, and it's not the one thing you're going to do that's going to push everything forward. It's going to take dozens and dozens and hundreds of videos over time, but it's not enough to just be consistent. You also have to, what I call, master and remaster your work. So every time you look at your videos and your brand, you have to say, what's working and what isn't, what's really making impact on people, what's adding value to people and what isn't, and then go back to your next video and go back to your next piece of content and look at that and tailor it and make it a little bit better for what you think people want. So every time that someone shares a comment with you or tells you something, you have to go back and remaster all the next parts of your work to make sure that that is a little bit closer to what people like and what really provides value to people. And in that consistency, you have to figure out what are the things that I'm saying and what are the things that I'm doing that are really genuinely making people have better lives, whether it be like entertainment, you're making them laugh, or it's informative, like my videos where you're giving them something. It has to be something that really impacts the person. They can take something away, and it takes a lot of analysis to figure out what that is, again, over hundreds and hundreds of videos. Next and thirdly is fear. I think fear is the last big thing that stops people. There's a video that I'm producing called What to Do About Haters. I think a lot of people fear that their work is going to be criticized, and if you put any public work out, it's definitely going to be criticized a lot by people that have a lot more time than you do, and they're gonna criticize it, they're gonna hate it. And you have to be ready for that. And there's also a fear of like failure. Like, what happens if this doesn't work and then I'm out of ideas? Or what happens if it does and now I'm not ready to accept the accountability or the responsibility for what this community is that has come and supported me? And those are both things that I think people think about a lot, and it causes them to procrastinate. It causes them to not get after those things. So I don't want to get really deep into fear in this video because I've gotten deep into it in a lot of other videos. But the short of it is that you have to do the daily practices to overcome those fears and those problems, because it's the only thing that's going to allow you to do the consistency and think in the long game. And it's I think what a lot of people don't realize is like it's not the first couple of weeks or the first couple of months that really get to you. It's like 6 months in or 8 months in or 10 months in when you've consistently been producing work and you don't see results, and you think it's because you're bad, or you think it's because it's not working, or now your fear is starting to creep up on you and say, look at all this time that you've wasted. But you have to contrast that against all the other things you could be doing in your life, and the vast majority of time that's wasted on bullshit that you know is useless, like reading memes on Facebook and whatever else, or however else you classify wasting your time. If you switch that time out for that would normally be a waste of time, and you overcome your fear and you start creating things for your brand, then that wasted time, even if it's a complete failure, all of these brand things, and I promise it won't be because you'll learn a hell of a lot, you will get traction if you're consistent and it will work. But even if that all falls through, your consistency and what you learn will pay off with other skills that you can then take forward in the future. So you have to overcome those fears. So mindset, long game thinking and how long it's going to take, consistency, doing that thing every day, and fear, breaking through those barriers that you have about fear of failure or fear of success. Those are the three things, the three top things you can do to start really building your gaming brand and succeeding on a mindset level. And we'll do another video sometime to talk about the tactical level of how you can think about it. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do subscribe. I make videos every week about these kind of subjects. And if you liked it, please do subscribe or leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Thank you very much, and see you guys again next time.